I was on the Keep It a Buck podcast, so if you want to check it out and show him some love. We was talking a bunch of shit. Let me see. Let me link it. Keep It a Buck podcast right there. You know what I'm saying? There we go. I was on this one right here. Y'all want to check it out? Y'all want some more content to watch? We talked sports. We talked video games, sports, and streamer you and a bunch of other shit. Here, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Show him some love. Hit him with a like. Check it out later. Save it. Is that Omizi? Yeah, Omizi, Domo. B Souls was sick, so he wasn't on that joint. But yeah, I was on the show with them. They invited me on, so I was like, sure, why not? I heard the Wizards considering trading the #1 pick for Jaylen Brown because now he wants out. Boston fans just making up everything, bro. Y'all niggas thought y'all was about to get Giannis. That nigga Jaylen Brown ain't going to nowhere but Streamer U. That's where he going. Streamer U. And the Wizards is not taking no fucking Jaylen Brown. All right, let's talk about it, man. Let's get into these articles because I want to be on time. If they do that, I will laugh. I would cut this fucking stream off if they do that shit, bro. I will cut the stream off if the Wizards trade for fucking Jaylen Brown. Anyways, let's talk about it. Let's get into it before this NBA draft happens. Streamer U is crazy. He applied for it. I'm not joking. In case you missed it, one of the biggest stories of the week so far, top of the week, is the price point for Valve's Steam Machine has officially been announced. And ladies and gentlemen, it's looking a little... Shout out to Fishmill with the sub. Valve's Steam Machine ships on June 29th. God damn, that's this month. I didn't even know that part. For $1,050, but you probably won't be able to buy one. The Steam Machine is almost here. Valve chose possibly the worst time to announce the new PC gaming hardware in late 2025, just as the AI boom sent storage, and RAM prices through the roof. I cannot read. The upheaval delayed its new Steam Machine release, but Valve has announced its TV-friendly gaming PC will go on sale June 29th with a reservation-based system and starting price of $1,050. Shout out to Ariel Smoke with the $5 super chat. Clive Davis is in the dirt. Yeah, I saw you passed away. That's crazy. I just finished building my PC. Oprah showing her true colors. The Wizards are still gonna be bad. Life is good. Stop fucking hating, bro. The Steam Machine will come in two variations with the 512 gigabytes of storage and a more expensive one with 2 terabytes. They'll retail for $1,050 or $1,350 respectively, and you'll be able to bundle a Steam controller with either for an additional $80. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The $1,000 mid-tier PC does not come with a console with a controller. That's the part that like surprised me most. I'm not surprised by the price point because of the RAM shortage. And I said if it was at this price point, I'm out. But I am surprised that they're not launching with a controller for the simple fact that like this is supposed to appeal to people who've wanted to get into the Steam ecosystem, but they didn't want to build a PC. So you give them that console kind of experience, but you don't want them to get a controller. They got to buy it separately. What are they supposed to do? Just stare at it? Like, I understand if you already have a gaming PC and you probably already have a wired Xbox controller or a wire, whatever, you can plug it in. But like, it just seems kind of, for this price point, it should come with a fucking controller. Valve is out their mind. They want you to fucking control it with your goddamn brain, bro. It has a controller bundle. Yeah, that's what I just read. That's what I just read. Guys, please, come on. But it has a bundle. I literally just said that. But it doesn't launch with it is the point. You have to buy the bundle. A controller, not y'all making, and I like Valve, but not y'all ready to defend Steam already, the corporation. What's going on, man? Why are we defending the corporation? We're okay with consoles launching without a controller. Let that PlayStation 6 launch without a controller. What are y'all doing? There's a bundle. Exactly, it's a bundle. It doesn't come with it. You still got to pay for it, bruh. I'm out. Somebody said, am I copping? No, I'm out. This is too rich for my fucking blood. I don't even know how much I would even play it. Yo, shout out to BK with the sub, and as well as Horror with the subs. Appreciate it. Buying the 2 terabyte model. Oh, and I was gonna say, they said this is supposed to be like a Steam Machine, like a gaming PC console thing, but like it feels a little more This price point for those specs, just build a PC. Buying the 2 terabyte model also gets you a pair of exclusive faceplates, ooh, with the red fabric and walnut finishes. Like the Steam Deck, the machine ships with Linux-based Steam OS. Friendly reminder, Steam OS is not friendly with a lot of multiplayer games. So this will be a $1,300 single-player machine running games on Medium. Shout out to Hit the Knowledge with the sub, appreciate it. Here go console, but you got to pay for the power cords, the control, and the memory is the next stop. That's what I'm saying. Stop defending this shit. Both versions of the Steam machine will run on the custom 6-core AMD Zen 4 CPU with a peak clock speed of 4.8 gigahertz. The integrated AMD nerd shit. We don't care, whatever. 8 gigabytes of dedicated DDR6 VRAMs soldered to the board, meaning you cannot upgrade this shit. It's built into the goddamn shit. And it's only 8 gigabytes. The system will have its own 16 gigabytes of a lot of DDR5 RAM on board. This should also provide enough oomph with upscaling tech to play moderately demanding PC games on your TV. Emphasis on upscaling tech. I read they're also potentially working on their own version of like PSSR, whatever that shit is on PlayStation, where you'll be able to run 4K like comfortably, but it'll be AI upscaling. So this is an objectively expensive gaming device, but there's no sticker shock here. The Steam machine is the same kind of expensive as other computers in 2026. Components are beginning astronomically more expensive over the last year, forcing PC and game console makers to raise prices as their margins get slimmer. Sony has pushed the base PS5 to 600 in the Pro model. They're just yapping. Get back to this shit. According to Valve, it did not set out to make a Steam machine that starts north of $1,000. When the company began sourcing its parts in 2023, it believed the hardware would cost much less. I read in another article they were looking at $600 to $700. Valve admits the original version is no longer viable in 2026, so the prices we're seeing today are a reflection of what costs to build a gaming PC today. Specifically, what it costs 6-7, shut the fuck up. What it costs Valve to buy components for the Steam machine over the past 6 months. That suggests the pricing could change in the future batches as component prices continue to go up. Now you might be wondering, why isn't it cheaper? Well, it's the exact thing people told me to stop talking about on this stream. Politics. I know people don't like to talk about it, but politics are the reason. Your president, your congressmen, they have sold out to a country that likes to warmonger in the Middle East and is driving up the price of everything, as well as them AI data centers. Pray to the RNG gods. Sleepy T. According to Valve, the worldwide shortage of memory and storage isn't just a problem for prices. The company was at times unable to get the parts it needed to build Steam machines at any price, which has impacted the number of machines it has available. It's crazy because it's starting at $1,300. I wonder what the scalpers are going to charge, probably north of $2,000. That won't be a surprise to anyone who's been trying to snag a Steam Deck in 2026, but it means you won't be able to buy a Steam machine on a whim. To combat resellers and keep things fair, Valve will use a randomized reservation setup. There's no way for anyone to guarantee they will get a Steam machine in the first batch, but this ensures people with super fast connections and bot armies won't be able to vacuum up all the units. If you want to try your luck, just sign up for a reservation before it. So not only you got to pay $1,300, but it's just random.
I will be purchasing a Steam machine. I am a PS5 gamer who wants to switch to PC. However, I just don't have the room in a one-bedroom apartment for a full gaming PC setup. Steam machine form factor makes me the target audience.
Shout out to LPG Mac with a $20 super chat. He said he dropping the money. He said he not broke. I will say, let me ask you this question, Mac. How would you feel if this time next year the price of it is $500? Because let's say like they finally start regulating things. Would you be upset that you paid that $1,050 or that $1,300 for whatever configuration? Or would you still be happy with the product? Yo, shout out to Fake Hawaiian with the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate it. It's time. DC Rising. DC Rising. I appreciate the subs, bro. Oh, the Xbox version might be better. Well, even if the Xbox version is better, it's still going to be expensive. That doesn't matter. What's better doesn't really matter at this point. Niggas pay $1,300 for the same phone every year. Who's niggas? I get what you said, not me. Like, I still got an iPhone 13. What the fuck? Y'all fucking y'all buy new phones every day. Let me find out. Does he not know small form factor gaming PCs? There are a thing. I just seen one that has a 5090 in it now. They've been able to put it in there. Shout out to Ricky with the sub. If you really want a small form factor PC, you might want to look into the market and see what else is out there for that price point. Make sure you don't spend too much. But yeah, what sucks too is not only do you have to spend X amount of dollars on this, but like there's no way to even like guarantee you're gonna get it. It's all fucking random. It's Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory with the golden ticket. I'm gonna sit back and see what the reviews say, see what people say, but like I'm in no rush to get this. I'm not like super excited, especially because the hardware is already kind of dated. I already got a gaming PC. For this one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Can you upgrade it? No. Look at this shit, nigga. What the fuck? What are you upgrading? Oh, well, he's not lying. They do be dropping full price for the same iPhone. I don't know anybody. I feel like that's a joke. I don't personally. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but does anybody know anybody personally who actually buys a new iPhone every year? I feel like most people wait at least 2-3 years, but like that's crazy if motherfuckers really do. But you gotta keep in mind, just because your phone is new doesn't mean somebody else's is. Because I got a 13. I am looking to upgrade this year if that foldable comes out. Because I got a 13. It's been a while, so it's like it's time for me to upgrade. But social media influencers just to get a slightly better camera, shit's crazy. I worked at T-Mobile and the folks do. Are you Dominican, Phil? Are you Dominican? You ain't a tech YouTuber. There's no need. I'd argue even if you were a tech YouTuber, there's no reason to buy a new iPhone every year. I guarantee you MKBHD does iPhone reviews every year just because he knows it gets views. But as a tech enthusiast and as a nerd, I would have a hard time believing he gets excited about Apple products. Because as a tech enthusiast, like I would imagine it's just like being like a gamer. Like you want to see new innovative shit. You're just doing it for your work, basically. Yeah, the phones are plateaued. The phones are plateaued. But yeah, you guys are in the know now. Pre-orders start on the 29th, so that's next week. If you're interested, I think that's next week, right? Yeah, next Monday. It'll be random. Who's going for the Willy Wonka ticket? You gonna trust Apple with a foldable phone, TBH? Yeah, if it breaks, I'll just take it back. It's called warranty, guys. I don't know. Let me find out you just be throwing shit, expensive shit away. And if it breaks, I'll just swap it out for something else. It's called a warranty. I have phone insurance, so yeah, I don't really live life. I have health insurance and phone insurance. I don't live my life on the edge, nigga. Other news: Grand Theft Auto fiends. Grand Theft Auto 6 VIP early access scam sites are already popping up. Beware. GTA 6 is still 5 months away, and pre-orders won't be live until later this week, but that apparently hasn't stopped numerous websites from promising eager fans that can't get early access to the game right now for a price. Lest there be any doubt, cybersecurity company Malwarebytes is warning that it's nothing but a scam. A report posted today says a new wave of scam websites are offering VIP early access to the next Grand Theft Auto in exchange for a grossly inflated price for a few $100s payable in cryptocurrency, of course, because that's what scammers do. They use crypto and NFTs. I was just thinking about that earlier today. Like, you remember when everybody was trying to convince me that, or you and I, that them damn crypto monkeys with the glasses was really gonna be worth billions and shit? Where they at now? Malwarebytes also shared a few images of the scam sites in question. Here we go. Get GTA 6 before everyone else. Buy VIP GTA 6 early access, exclusive early access preview, blah, 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 blah. On sites, leverages GTA 6, Mr. Beast, and Lego all at the same time. A powerful combo, no doubt. So they're just over here lying and shit. But of course, there's nothing to be had. Worse, because payments are made in crypto, there's no way to recover or report the loss. The money's gone and there's no getting it back. Stefan Dasik of Malwarebytes described GTA 6 as the perfect bait for scams like this in his report. Guys, you know what I was thinking before I even read even further? I was thinking, if you get scammed by this, GTA is not that important. If you get scammed by this, I'm going to go ahead and say it. You deserve to get scammed. But take it a step further. Let's read this sentence again because it kind of reinforces what I was already thinking. CEO of Malwarebytes described GTA 6 as the perfect bait for scams like this in his report. Now, why would somebody, the head of a cybersecurity company, say GTA 6 is a perfect bait for scams? Because he know a lot of y'all motherfuckers that's on that goddamn Grand Theft Auto T Grizzly server are not the brightest bulbs. Grand Theft Auto is among the biggest game franchises. Oh, they're just yapping about the stats. That's the end of the article. Just can't wait 2 more days. Shit is crazy. If you're spending $100 for a fake GTA, you know it's a test to see how much they get people to spend. Is that your tinfoil conspiracy hat theory? You think Take-Two Interactive is the one that's setting up these websites to see how much people will pay in crypto? And then based off the average, okay, on average, we got about $100,000, $100 donation in crypto per early access. Maybe we should charge 100 USD. That's a crazy conspiracy. Y'all can't wait till the game to drop is crazy. I mean, no gameplay and starting pre-orders is crazy. Y'all some sheep. Also for the fact that there's no reason to pre-order. It's digital. You don't run out of digital copies. So if you do want to pre-order the game, at least wait till a trailer drops with gameplay. Something to get you excited about. But like giving them your money without seeing anything is crazy work. Most of y'all are not buying disc, and even till this day, most of the time discs aren't running out. But yeah, watch out for those GTA 6 scams. I don't want to see nobody getting scammed. This shit's funny, but not funny at the same time. We got some previews. We got previews of A Plague's Tale, Legacy, and then we got a Star Wars Galaxy Racer preview. Let's check them out. Someone's auntie felt this. Yeah, that was like the gaming version of fishing. Let's see what they're talking about. See if this is that new hot fire. New
Resonance of Plague Tale Legacy takes no time getting into the good stuff. The back half of the preview demo had us running and jumping up a collapsing Cretan ruin, hurling this story's new protagonist, Sophia, from one crumbling ancient pipe to the next, while a monster best left unspoiled hunts.
Shout out to Doobie with the sub, and shout out to Lake McKenzie with the super chat. No, thanks for the Take-Two interactive stock tip. I've never given financial advice on this stream, nigga. Watch your mouth. I appreciate the super chat, but this is not financial advice.
Us through the dark below. A half hour earlier, we were fighting armed mercenaries in the sun, planting well-placed daggers into swaths of foes.
What were they even talking about?
While solving intricate puzzles and following a treasure map to find the next clue.
Puzzles can't farm.
This is the essence of Asobo Studios' third trip into its plague-soaked world, and the preview build ran us through 2 nail-biting hours across 2 gorgeous chapters ahead of its upcoming August launch.
This is looking like it's going to be a much more action-oriented game.
If you've touched a Plague Tale game before, almost none of that will sound right. Where Amicia spends 2 games hiding in the grass, smuggler Sophia is far more athletic and trained for danger, and it plays less like a full-blown stealth.
Yeah, the previous games were stealth action games with puzzles in them.
Like Assassin's Creed crossed with Tomb Raider. On this evidence, it's the best the series has ever felt in our hands.
She speeded up a little bit.
We've been called worse.
Story and action share the center stage in this iteration of A Plague Tale. So let's start with the action. Sophia carries a blade in each hand, a sword on the right and a dagger on the left, and boy howdy, is she quick. After 2 games of creeping around as Amicia, it's almost disorienting to control a Plague Tale lead who actively wants to be seen this badly. Though there is plenty of
This looks like more up the alley of like a God of War type of game.
stealth.
These curves are getting sneaky.
You launch basic attacks with X, hold X to charge a critical strike that pulls the dagger for a stabbing finisher, kick with Y to break the enemy's guard, and dodge with B. Tap the left bumper to parry, which eventually stuns enemies if you do it enough.
I recommend playing both past games or playing the new one. If you're tight on time, just watch a summary of the first game and play this. The second one is a fucking classic. Plague's Tale Requiem. But just know those games aren't like this one.
Doesn't have much more ranged versatility than that, but you do get a cool gadget. Tapping the left trigger fires a grappling hook that drags an enemy in and leaves them off balance, open to a one-hit critical. And there are other opportunities.
I'm getting Batman vibes from the combat.
If you get the drop on a roving band of human enemies, you can leap onto unsuspecting foes.
Second one I'm playing right now is fire, but there's still stealth. I mean, okay.
Time to kill is short, and time to regenerate your own health is pretty quick, which keeps fights moving regardless of whether you land perfect takedowns and receive no incoming hits. Still, Sophia folded after about 3 consecutive hits.
God of War real gameplay. Chill.
So it definitely seems like the best offense here is a good defense.
I don't think so.
Got a parry system.
Bigger swings are telegraphed with color-coded warnings, typical in modern action games, so a clean parry is always about reading the tell, not guessing. The biggest enemies can't be parried or stunned at all, so you'll need to wait out their onslaught, slip in behind them, and repeatedly hold X.
I am a little worried that I've played this game before and it kind of takes away the essence of the first 2 games. Because although this game doesn't look bad, I do feel like looking at it, I've played this game before.
Until they drop.
So it would have to be hard carried by the story.
With swords, spears, and arrows flying through the air in all
directions. It feels more generic in comparison to the first 2 games.
Once you start chaining grapples into executions, it clicks, and dropping a small army plus a few bruisers never stops feeling good. Every so often, you can smash the Y and X buttons at once to unleash a super-powered limit break style attack that defaults as a big 360-degree AoE swing, shooting golden particles everywhere. It breaks through everyone's armor, but its effect seemed to change based on which sword Sophia had equipped. In addition to that big attack, switching from Sophia's basic sword tweaks.
You think they made it like that to try to appeal to a bigger audience? That is very possible. Because I do feel like the first two games are niche. That's very possible.
The rhythm in small but significant ways.
They took the Call of Duty route.
Random off the beaten path tomb.
Yeah, where the rats at?
Dagger finisher for a single spinning slash, and it feels just.
It's got to tie into the main game somehow.
Too much.
In total, there are about 8 weapons defined throughout the campaign, which feels just right for what promises to be a densely packed single.
As long as the puzzles are fire too, because that's one thing. This is one of the few series where I really did enjoy the puzzles in this game. If the puzzles are fire, that makes up for it too. This reminded me of Shadow of Mordor games. Yeah, I can see that.
Player action adventure that fills each level with mesmerizing environmental art, enthralling puzzles, and intricate action.
Black women confirmed.
It's easy to be so absorbed by the ancient Cretan world for lengthy sequences between fights that you might forget the existence of combat altogether, until you're suddenly emerging into a band of troops guarding the exit to one of Resonance's plethora of forgotten temples.
I wasn't planning on it.
Many of Resonance's puzzles run on a mysterious
You
sphere
love
that
Indiana
triples as
Jones
Sophia's
story and
flashlight.
puzzles.
A
I don't like the first person in the Indiana Jones. If it was third person, I might be more open to it.
puzzle-solving device that splits a beam of light into green, red, and blue refractions. And the story's prime MacGuffin, sort of like Baldur's Gate 3's Astral Prism meets Alan Wake's trusty flashlight. You solve rooms by routing those colored beams into gems set into the walls,
Colors.
which crack open doors or raise platforms out of bottomless pits. In other sections, you'll simply need light to survive the monster. Yes, there's a monster, and yes, it's related to the titular plague. This is the prequel to A Plague Tale, after all.
Saddened
And
but
its deeper
accepting Bucks
mythological
fan has
connections
entered
make
the
it
chat.
both a fantastic.
Well, Geek, Fear the Deer, he's another Bucks fan in the chat. If it makes you feel better, I don't think Giannis is winning anything anyway, so. That nigga left Milwaukee complaining that there's nobody on the team to go to Miami where there's nobody on the team.
Starting point for the series, and from what we've seen,
Matter of fact, if you ever wanted to be in the league, if you in any kind of shape, show up in Miami next week. I think they having tryouts. They need a roster, nigga.
far, its implications for the first 2 games.
Because Bam and fucking Giannis is not gonna work. They need some floor
Most puzzles take
spacing.
about 10 minutes of trial and error, and dying barely stings. You rewind a few seconds and autosaves are everywhere.
What time's the
At least on
draft?
normal mode.
In a half
Again,
hour.
That balance between fighting and thinking was one of the smartest things about the demo. One of the more memorable puzzles that we
Oh, okay, he said the pacing is really good. The balance between the fighting and the puzzles, that's good to hear.
encountered had us aiming.
I was
for
worried this was gonna be a
gratifying
generic
rifles
fighter,
chain light
third-person
across
fighting
the
game.
chamber in the right order.
Action game, I
And
mean.
the answer is rarely the first one it looks
Yes, this is a
like.
prequel.
Another, companion Lenny braces a set of wheels to hold platforms in place while you work the light. which is also
Norman
where the
Powell's
right
not gonna
came
get the
from.
job done.
Sophia and Lenny have an easy.
Bam scored 83. My bad.
One chapter with her before a cutscene tore her
You're
away.
right.
By ex-friends turned enemies, no less, who were implied to have once been allies in
Maybe y'all will finally get Bradley Bill. Y'all still want him?
earlier sections of the story, and I imagine these supporting characters will be pivotal to the plot of the full game.
I reclaimed what was mine.
You grow Sophia's abilities with resonance points, which you can find in the environment or earn
Resonance
after
points.
a fight. There are 6 unlockable skills total, but
You think this does what they were talking about on the podcast, the Xbox game appealing to a wider audience? It could, but they would need more than one, I think. I don't know if this game has that art direction that's gonna make it stand out. I still feel like this is gonna be niche. This is gonna be like a gamer's game, like if you know, you know type of shit. But like, I think one of the reasons why Ghost of Yote has such mainstream appeal, and some of those, and Wolverine is just kind of like the art direct. Like I can't explain it. It's just like a certain aesthetic that dude bro gamers, ball and gun gamers, they like, and I don't know if this is gonna appeal to them.
preview opened up 3.
But they're trying. What up, Siggy?
Press B as your hit to snatch the attacker and fling him into his allies, stunning the whole group. It won't catch yellow or red attacks without an upgrade, but it's a great looking move with Sophia swinging a hapless soldier into the fray like a bowling ball. Bullbreaker kick, mapped to a double tap of Y, chains
Got a
into a
nice
second
little
kick that
skill
stuns
tree.
and shoves enemies back. Each skill has 2 mutually exclusive masteries that sharpen it further. For example, Echo's Return can learn to answer an otherwise unworkable yellow attack, and Bullbreaker kick can pile on extra stun when an enemy hits something solid. All skills cost more points the deeper you go, so your first pick matters. But you can reset the whole tree for free at any point, which takes the pressure off of experimenting. Every tutorial stays parked in on the menu if you need a refresher. The island itself.
Imagine being a fan of a franchise that paid Trae Young 212 mil, going nowhere fast with that one. I think one of the funniest narratives, first of all, I looked into that deal because I was a little 50-50 on that. But what's the name? By the time like the majority of his money kicks in, it'll be like the 3rd year. And most of the people on the Wizards are on rookie contracts. So like they'll be fine financially as long as they don't pay. The real issue will be if they pay Anthony Davis. They can't pay that nigga. Then we in the red. But I think we'll be all right. But I do think one of the things that's been funny about like what you just said, NBA Twitter, and I was talking about this on the Keep It a Buck podcast, most NBA fans are fucking casuals. Like, I get he's not the best defensively, but like the way you talking about like Trae Young, like he's just a fucking bum. When did that happen?
This works.
When did that fucking happen?
Slice of Greece. Specifically,
he's the worst player in the league.
Sophia grew up out of terracotta with blue paint.
I'll be trying too hard to force narratives.
Statues, murals, and ruins that genuinely look ancient. For anyone who set foot on the Greek Isles, the
Paying Davis will cook the timeline. Yeah, that's why I'm hoping that they flip Davis.
Benefit a rather well thought out story.
That'll be the real test. Then I'll be like, I agree with y'all.
It's like a main hall.
Such a beautiful place. It's a shame it's in ruins.
Maybe it always was. The fresco showed a destroyed city.
Resonance takes place between 1333 and 1334, 15 years before Plague Tale Innocence, and it keeps cutting back to antiquity, where you play as Theseus among the icons of Greek myth. And what happens in the past bends the present.
When were you on the Keep It a Bug podcast? Yesterday. It should be the latest video up.
Hints, without spelling it out, that Theseus may be her ancestor. The thread tying the two eras together is her link to the Prima Macula, the cursed bloodline the whole series is built on, and the build dangles that
Tyler Hero.
Without untangling.
Nah, I wanted to see Tyler Hero go to Detroit. I think that would have been a good pick for him, a good switch for him. But he about to go to hell in Milwaukee. Where's Trey's chip though? Where's all this smoke for Zion Williamson? Like, at least that nigga went to the Eastern Conference Final. You could give him that much. Y'all got smoke for the weirdest players, bro.
Unsettling, almost tabletop.
Let's talk about Zion, big ass. What he doing tonight at the draft?
And then there's that monster I keep teasing.
He's still exactly. Let's talk about Ja Morant. Like, there's the real players y'all should have smoke for. I feel like the hate is a little forced. You can add the criticism, but the hate's a little forced. It's a little forced.
The tunnel chase tease at the beginning of this preview, where slipping past the thing in the dark was far better than
New York fan. That's got to be what it is.
2 chapters in, this is plainly the best a Plague Tale has ever played. The rare third entry that reinvents the formula instead of nudging it. The combat is fast and satisfying, the puzzles are clever without turning obtuse, the island looks and feels as encompassing as the most glorious environments from Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
fun to explore,
The skill tree has clear room to open up. Plenty is still unknown, how long the full game runs, how the dual timeline story
My gut tells me this game isn't going to be that long because it's a prequel and it's like more action oriented. I feel like this is a more experimental game. My gut tells me like 15 hours. I don't know why. It's not based off any data.
Actually pays off, what that redacted threat becomes at a full scale, and how much depth this combat system can really provide.
Trey's not a perfect player, but he's done a lot more for...
commit this hard to act.
Yeah, and what I've been trying to argue too, is, and this is why I said, you niggas don't watch basketball. He is a defensive liability. I agree with that. But he'll give you 25 and 10 any night. And the thing is, he's surrounded by a bunch of strong defenders, and he's going to provide leadership. We got Bilal on the wing. We about to get either AJ or Peterson, which are both decent defenders from what I've seen. Keyshawn George he's a little slow on the feet, but he can get buckets though. He can get buckets. You got Alex Sarr. If Anthony Davis can stay healthy, that's a big if. He's gonna be surrounded by defenders.
Is a real surprise, but 2 chapters are certainly enough to make Resonance.
But y'all don't watch basketball, so what it matter?
2026 calendar.
Y'all don't watch basketball.
I expected to say about a Plague Tale with a combat overhaul. Resonance.
Most y'all niggas became basketball fans in 2016. Y'all became fans when fucking Kevin Durant joined the fucking Warriors, man. I love the bad boy shit, bro. Matter of fact, I know most of you niggas don't watch basketball, don't play basketball, because I've been in the rec. I see how most y'all play in 2K. IQ's below sea level. I don't want to see it, bro. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You said you caught me. You got me. I did start watching 2016. I need the Lakers to trade Reeves. I think they should get rid of him too. Like, he's probably gonna ask for too much money. Good player, but not worth the money that they're asking for. I'm already invested in the growth arc. My thing too, at bare minimum, right? Let me present a question for y'all, right? You can disagree with me about the Wizards thing that I think they're gonna take a step forward this year. At bare minimum, even if you don't agree with it, why would it be bad for another team in the league to get better? Why do you want the same teams to keep winning? I don't understand that. Can we have a little bit of faith? God damn.
This game's a burnout game.
Knicks just won. What you mean? Oh no! Don't change the narrative because they won. Don't change the narrative because me and Siggy was talking about that shit too. I did say on my stream before that series started, because a lot of people were saying that the Spurs and the OKC was the real finals. And I did say on this stream when the two final teams got picked, I said, I think the Knicks can beat the Spurs. It's actually the perfect team to counter the Spurs because they have a lot of floor spacing. People in the chat, no, I don't know, bro. They got to win. I'm like, yeah, you niggas don't watch back. I didn't say the Knicks were going to win, but I didn't count them out either. So now niggas, everybody's a fucking Knicks fans that just knew that they were going to do it because they won. Get the fuck out of here. A lot of y'all was not believing. Get out of here.
So I gotta be honest with you, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I appreciate Star Wars, I like some of the older films, but it doesn't really do a lot for me. Maybe it's just an overabundance of Star Wars things. So when I saw Galactic,
I've been a Knicks fan since day one.
Cool. You know, it's a racing game. I like the old pod racing game back in the day, but it never really got me excited. That is, until I played it.
I feel like this is gonna be a sleeper game, bro.
You know what I learned? This game is a Burnout game in almost every form of Burnout. I mean, it's not open world like Burnout Paradise, but those classic Burnout games where it was a high lethality to racing, where after a few hits, your car gets blown up and then you respawn and you need to catch up. And there is like an arcade battle sort of aspect.
You got me. I was shocked the Knicks
ever won.
That is
what Star Wars Galactic Racer is. All these vehicles have high lethality, and when they get hit,
I thought the Spurs would win, but I knew the Knicks defense was going to be a problem.
Other different.
That was my argument. Yeah.
On top of trying to get ahead of your opponents, you also want to blow them up. You want to take them down. It's almost better to focus on that than it is to.
And to be fair, all I'm saying is I would like to see the Wizards take a step forward. On paper, the team that we have right now, they should be decent. I feel like they could get at least 40 wins, especially by whoever we draft. Now, will that happen? I don't know, because chemistry is a thing. I'm just saying, like, damn, y'all don't want to see another team get better. I like that the Hawks got better, bro. I like that Detroit got better. It's fun. Aren't y'all tired of hearing the East is trash? Like,
to overtake them.
I want to see more competitive ball.
Amazing. And I think the Star Wars IP works incredibly well with this, because the setup of this game, you're basically like in an underground race circuit that takes place in the outer rims. You're going to different planets and you're racing.
That's fire. There's going to be a story.
Aliens. And I feel like, you know, in pod racing and Star Wars Episode 1, there's like a very high lethality to it, right? Like, these things, they get hit
not the Wizards,
they explode, and all that is represented and makes a lot of sense in the Star Wars universe. Mechanically, there's a bit more going on than in the Burnout games as well, because there are like Star Wars-like abilities that you can equip on your vehicle that give it different perks and abilities and all sorts of different things. And once you arm it, you can activate it. There was one I was using that was called the Ramjet. I think
two teams I think are going to make a jump is the Wizards and the Jazz. On paper, the Jazz should be a good team next year too. And it's funny because I'd argue they're in the same situation as the Wizards. On paper, their roster is going to look good. Whoever they get, it depends on who goes first, either Peterson or AJ. They're going to get a stud. But Keontae George he was looking really good the second half of the year. You got Jared Jack, Lauri Markkanen. The issue is the same thing as the Wizards. The injuries. Can they stay healthy? I agree with you. They could take a step forward this year.
On everything, to be honest. But basically, it's a different kind of boost. That basically you can only go straight, but once you activate it, you just run things over. It is a lot of fun. Now,
what about your boy Jack?
The racing is, I think what makes this really interesting is that it's kind of
what
like
job about to do?
At least the story is. So basically you enter in this tournament and you have this alien rival that of course is a jerk, and you are helping the owner of this race circuit, or the organizer of this whole race circuit thing, to basically beat him. And it plays out like a roguelite. So you start on Jakku, at least what I was doing, and then you can pick your path. You can decide if you want to do like a race, or if you want to do like a time trial or battle mode or whatever. And
that's interesting.
You move on and you keep going and going and going. As you go on, you can
a racing roguelike with a story mode.
Unlock upgrade kits. You can use those upgrades to improve your vehicle. Whether that's cornering, afterburner, resilience, whatever it might be. So you're kind of building out your vehial as you go. And of course, there's a ton of different vehicles. There's speeder bikes.
This is genuinely interesting. It is. It's gorgeous too.
Hovering things. Sorry, I don't know Star Wars lore, so you're not going to get all those kind of details.
Ant need to come home.
I'm sure you're looking at the footage and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let's talk about that nigga Julius Randle. Since we hating, that nigga Julius Randle got traded for a pack of gushers in the middle of the fucking night. Did nobody bring him up? Don't nobody talk about Zion big ass. Don't nobody talk about Josh shooting up the fucking block. Let's talk about that. We got real issues in the NBA, bro.
There's a land speeder.
They said that man Anthony Edwards has got 1 foot out the door. Y'all better. I know if I'm Anthony Edwards, I'm seething right now. Y'all traded Carl Anthony Towns away. to pick up Randall just to trade him away for a pack of Scooby snacks. And Cat went on to win. Shout out to Ariel with the super chat. As a Memphis jock and go, DC drowning, not rising. Now I hope Josh stay there.
There's also this one that like when you corner, it like almost goes entirely 90 degrees and you like cut. I think it's called like a knife edge or something like that. It's really cool. It's fun. There's some really creative ship designs, of course, as you'd expect from a Star Wars game. But the last thing that I feel like I need to talk about here is pod racing.
Sweet.
So when I first saw this game, I thought it was just a pod racing game, which I think is on me because they didn't show a lot of pod racing until recently. But I saw it and I was like, okay, yeah, they're just making another pod racing game. There is pod racing,
is
but
insane. That's what they traded them for.
Pod racing almost felt like a side activity you can do, and pod racing plays differently. I got to play as Sebulba for one race.
So this is a different game
going through Tatooine, the Tatooine race course. Yeah, I know some things. I was going through the Tatooine race course from the movie, and the difference is that pod racers are so much faster, but they are way more fragile. So you have to be way more careful going through it. But also because I was playing as Sebulba, one of the abilities I had was like,
the Kings might waive DeMar DeRozan and the Clippers might pick him up. The Clippers really is the retirement home for NBA players.
Once it charged, I like could press a button.
All the old heads love Clippers.
Fire out the side. I think he does that in the movie too. So kind of a cool callback there.
Hypothetically, if Zion were added to the Wizards, would you call him Big Mamba? I hope they don't pick him up or try to trade. Absolutely not. No. When I saw they dropped Randall, I was like, I hope the Wizards don't think about trying to pick him up. Please leave him alone. What's the release date on this? I think October.
Anyway, to sort of bring things back to Burnout, it turns out the creative director worked on a lot of those older Burnout games.
Big Mambo!
Here, and that is what makes me most excited for Star Wars Galactic Racer. I think if you played Burnout or if you are a big Star Wars fan, I think you'll really enjoy this. It doesn't feel as grand or epic as most Star Wars stories do because you're just a racer doing
a lazy
like
gooner.
backwater races, but I think that works. It's using the racing genre in order to tell a different story in Star Wars and show different sides of the universe or the galaxy that you probably haven't seen.
It's far, far away.
Anyway, those are my thoughts on Star Wars Galactic Racer. It comes out in October, and I am very excited.
The chat saying October 6th.
But now it might be on the top of my list. We'll see you next time.
I've seen a lot of content creators on my Twitter timeline talking about this. I think they had like a press event, and everybody's just saying this shit is fire. Like, if you love Burnout, you're gonna really love this game. And I saw that like 4 different tweets. I was like, oh yeah, we on that. I'm trying to. Rumor is the Grizz might buy Ja out. Question is, what team wants him? I feel like his stock value, him and Zion, is just so low. Don't nobody want a 175-pound slasher who can't shoot. Zion unleashing the DMV. Stop saying that shit, bro. Stop fucking saying that shit. And PlayStation got caught in other live news. PlayStation's PC ports have reportedly generated nearly double the revenue of Xbox's PS5 ports, but Sony is still quitting Steam. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The key reason, we covered it on the last podcast, the key reason Sony said they're pulling their games from PC is they just don't sell well. Before we begin, there's an important asterisk attached to this. Yes, according to Alina's analytics, PlayStation has generated nearly double the revenue from PC ports than Xbox has from bringing its games to PS5. However, it's worth noting that Sony's PC strategy began in 2020, while Microsoft's push on the PlayStation only started in 2024, which is also one of the arguments a lot of people made against Sony too. If they felt like their numbers weren't the best, one of the reasons why is Sony tends to release their games on PC 2 years later and the ports be broken. They don't advertise them, so it's like they're setting the product up to fail and then saying, oh, see, PC gamers don't buy games, and the Sony ponies run with these dumbass narratives with no context. Apparently sell well just means not enough to appease shareholder. Exactly. Yeah, it's some and it feels like because they don't have like a definitive number, they're always gonna push the goalposts, so it'll never be enough. There's also a difference in scale. Sony has published roughly 20 PlayStation games on PC compared to around 13 Xbox games currently available on PS5. So while I fully acknowledge this isn't an apples to apples comparison, it is still interesting to dig into the numbers, look at the differences between the two approaches, and perhaps explore why Sony's PC strategy may have not taken off quite as strongly. Another issue with Sony too is they released the games a year or two later. Half the ports were broken, and then also they released them at full price. I'm sorry, nobody's paying $70 for Spider-Man 2 2 years later. Okay, who cares? It runs at 4K 120 frames or whatever. I'm just gonna wait for a fucking Steam sale. I already waited 2 years, so I think they would have been better off launching it at $40-50. I don't know why they do that. First off, let's look at the numbers. According to the analytics, Sony had generated around 1.2 billion in revenue from its PC ports as November 2025. A significant portion of that success came from Helldivers 2, which alone accounted for more than 12 million copies sold on Steam and roughly 400 million in gross in revenue, which also makes sense why they said they're going to keep their multiplayer games on PC, because Helldivers is kind of carrying the numbers in terms of the ports. Blinded by the greed. Over on the Xbox camp, the picture isn't entirely dissimilar. Microsoft's PS5 ports have reportedly generated around 667 million in revenue, but much of that was driven by Forza Horizon 5. Can I make this bigger? So top PlayStation Studios Steam games sold by copies. So on PC, it sold 12 million. All right, bro. See, this is this is what I mean. This is corporate greed. So according to Sony, only selling 4.5 million copies of a game that released 2 years later is a failure. Another 4 million here. God of War 8 2018. This shit came out like 3 years later and still pushed 4 million copies. 3.4 million, 2.7. Apparently these are failures to Sony. Now, y'all see what I'm talking about? These niggas be lying, bro. These motherfuckers be lying. They still generated solid numbers. And if you would have released it, I believe if they would have released these games the same day, it would have sold even more or dropped the price. Like, let's see. Let's just do. We'll do 4 million times $70. So Horizon generated over $280 million on PC. We're not counting the PlayStation version, guys. That means God of War generated about the same thing, but apparently that's a failure to Sony. This is why I said evil corporation, evil fucking corporation, evil. They're liars, man. And the worst part is the Sony ponies, the niggas who fight the console war, who got their helmet on and they diamond Minecraft or sword. They're on Twitter. See, PC niggas don't buy shit. It's selling just about the same amount as the goddamn console version. What are you talking about? They want 12 million copies a piece across the platforms. Pretty much. And how many of these are on sale? That's a good question. It doesn't state. That is a good question. Despite arriving on PlayStation more than 3 years after its original launch, the racing game sold 5.8 million copies on PS5 and generated roughly 323 million in revenue on its own, accounting for nearly half of the Xbox's total PlayStation earnings. Again, fair to point out, but this data also includes Sony's cut from sales, which is 30%. There are also more people on PlayStation, so naturally it's going to sell a lot more. For every 4 PS5 sold, there's 1 Xbox sold. So there's going to be a lot of Forza sales if the game is good on PS5. And this is why numbers do lie. Context matters. Days Gone selling one on PC is amazing. I know that game sucks. Amazing. What up, Dippin' Saw? Hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. 2 million on Sea and Thieves, Oblivion, Grounded, Gears of War Reloaded. I remember that being a flop on PlayStation. Yeah, Doom, Dark Ages, Indiana Jones. So I mean, Forza makes sense. Forza is a very crossover game. Anybody could like that game. This one does surprise me that PlayStation niggas like Sea of Thieves like that. Oblivion, not so much. Grounded is a surprise. Grounded beating out Gears of War is very interesting. Why are they so allergic to more customers? I said it on the podcast. This has nothing to do with sales. I just showed you the numbers of how much money they're generating overall. This has to do with the fact that they're trying to hide behind. So the RAM shortage is driving up the price of everything. The Steam machine, the price of the PS5. We're talking about 5-year-old hardware that now costs $700, $950. And to make back some of those costs, they're now trying to force people to buy their platform. How do you do that? By forcing you to buy their games on that platform. They're making them exclusive again. They want to make sure that they're getting their money back on the hardware sales, and the best way to do that is put the exclusives back on the platform. That's all this is. This is a money play. Sea of Thieves is bigger than a lot of people think. Yeah, apparently. I've never met a Sea of Thieves fan in real life, but they out there. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all keep fighting the good fight, man. Whatever that is. What the fuck is this one? Oh, I saved the wrong thing. It was supposed to be a Smash Bros video. I saved the wrong thing.